Hi and welcome to using Google Maps to coordinate and plan your band tour. It's also really useful for communicating all the tour details such as venue addresses, accommodation addresses and that sort of thing to the band, tour managers and whoever else might need this information. So let's get started. As you'll see at the top right hand corner, I've actually logged into my Google account. If you don't have a Google account, you don't need a Gmail address. You can just use your normal email address. Just make up a password and log in. You'll see it on the main Google page if you don't already have a login. Okay, so we'll go to Maps. And we can see the Perth metro area there, which is handy because that's where I'm going to base the tour around. And I reckon we'll probably do a show in Perth, one in Fremantle, and also one at Settlers Tavern down in Margaret River. So, to get started, we actually need to create a map. So the way we do this is we start with My Places, click on My Places. Now bear in mind you do need to have your Google login at this point. If you try and create your own maps without your Google login, it won't remember it. It probably won't even let you do it. Okay, once you're in My Places, click on Create Map and give your map a title. So we can call this September 2013 Tour. I make mine unlisted. It's completely your option of how you want to set the privacy. If you make it public, you can share it with everyone, whereas if it's unlisted, it's only select people who have the map's URL address. Okay, so I click on that, and then we go save, and done. Okay, there's our map. Next, we need to find a venue. So let's say, for argument's sake, the band is staying at the Northbridge Hotel. Whoops, bit of a typo there. Northbridge Hotel, Lake Street, Perth, Western Australia. Okay, and there it is, Hotel Northbridge, 210 Lake Street. When you actually find the address, or find what you're looking for, you can click on it, and especially if there's a whole lot of options as there are here, you can click on the one that you're looking for, and you'll get a little menu in the box. Directions, search nearby, save to map. So let's just save that to our map. It's going to ask what map we want to save it to, and that's the one, September 2013 tour. Once you've saved it, just click the cross, get out of there, go to My Places and see that it's there. It's actually in the main page, but you'll also find that it's in the September 2013 tour map. Okay, next up, let's say the band has a gig at the Rosemount Hotel. So they've checked in, and now they need to load to the venue. Rosemount Hotel, there it is. Brilliant. Now, there's only one Rosemount Hotel, which is great. So we don't really need to worry about going through a whole list and finding the right one. We also don't need to click on the Rosemount Hotel heading to bring it up in the window. We can just go straight to Save to Map. It's going to ask what map you want to save it to again. Save, and click the cross, get rid of it. If you want to check one more time, there it is, yes, in September 2013 tour. Okay, the next venue we're going to go and have a look at is Mojo's in Fremantle. So we'll just type that in. There it is, Mojo's Bar and Cafe, 237 Queen Victoria Street in North Freo. Brilliant. Okay, there it is there. Again, we'll just click on Save to Map. That's definitely the venue. And it'll save to our September 2013 tour. And then you can go through and just type in the next one. So let's say Settlers Tavern, there it is, in Margaret River. Type it in, enter. There's only one. Save it to the map. Done. And Settlers Tavern has accommodation as well, which is just down the road for bands to stay at. So you can put that in the map, but we won't deal with that right now. Let's have a look at my places, and we'll have a look at the map. Okay, so we've got Hotel Northridge, where the band is staying while they're in Perth. You've got the Rosemount Hotel, Mojo's Bar and Cafe, and Settlers Tavern. Now, we want to get directions from one venue to the next. So this is as simple as get directions, and you can start by typing in Hotel Northbridge. That's what we want, and we don't want Settlers Tavern. Whoop. Let's get out of there for a second. So Hotel Northbridge, and we want the Rosemount Hotel. There it is, done. Brilliant. Okay, there is our directions for going from the Hotel Northbridge all the way to the Rosemount Hotel, which isn't really that far. But if the band's from out of town, then they're going to need as much help as they can get. Then you can go save to my maps. Again, it'll ask you what map. Click on it. And then when you go to my places, you'll actually see it in the main area. You'll see the directions there. But when you go into the map itself, it tells you from Hotel Northbridge to the Rosemount Hotel. We can just repeat the whole process again. So we could say Hotel Northbridge. Again, actually we would go to directions. Get directions, there we go. Hotel Northbridge, instead of Rosemount Hotel, we'll say Mojo's. There it is. Get directions. There they are. Save to my maps. And we'll do another one. We'll go Hotel Northbridge to Settlers Tavern. Save to my maps. And there you have it. So we should have, in my places, September 2013 tour. You've got your 4 venues: Hotel Northbridge for the accommodation, Rosemount Hotel, Gig 1, Mojo's Bar, Gig 2, Settlers Tavern, Gig 3. You've got from the Accom to the Rosemount, Accom to Mojo's, and Accom to Settlers Tavern. If you've made any mistakes, it's really easy to adjust and delete various things. You just click on the edit button. And then, let's say, if you did want to delete these, I wouldn't recommend them because it's got the phone number and everything in these top 4 venue headings. But you can delete it there. I'm not going to. If you want to delete any of the directions, same thing. You just click on each line, and as you can see, there is a delete on everything. So it's all pretty straightforward in terms of editing all this stuff. The other thing is when you're in edit mode, ooh, hang on a second, there we go. When you're in edit mode, you can also adjust various things. Actually, what happened there? Go back to my places. There we go. Done. Okay, so what you can do is, let's say for example, when you're in edit mode, you can move the venues around like that. Really easy. So you can put them in order of the gigs if you've had a change in plans. Also, what's great is you've now got the map. So you've actually got, there's the directions down to Fremantle. There's the directions to the Rosemount Hotel. And if you have a look all the way down here is the directions down to the Settlers Tavern on the map. Now, we want to be able to share this with the tour party. Anyway, you get the idea. I'm not going to scroll all the way down. You want to do that. So, before you do that, we actually need to just go done, and that's good. Now, sharing it with the tour party is pretty straightforward. You just go collaborate, and you can invite people as collaborators. What I would suggest though is only give yourself permission to edit the document. This is mainly so no one can make any mistakes when they're in there having a look at it and accidentally delete something. So yeah, I would leave that unchecked. If at some point you will have a tour manager who's going to take control of the map after that, that's when you can allow the tour party to edit the map. Just as you would with most things when you invite people to various programs like this, you just type in their email addresses and just separate with commas. It's all pretty straightforward there. There's a message, you can write extra things in and just send the invitations. They can collaborate to the map. They could help you build it. If you're collaborating with a tour manager who's also going to add accommodation in there and airports and all that sort of stuff on the map, then let them go for it. And meanwhile, you could be concentrating on building the venues. And between the two of you, you could actually put together a really good tour. I've also used the tour map or Google Maps for picking up backline. So if you need to go to a music store to pick up a drum kit, amplifiers, that sort of thing, you put it in Google Maps. And pretty much every map that they need is all in here. Easily accessible on their iPhone or any other mobile device that they have out there on the road. And that's pretty much how you would use Google Maps when you're organising a tour. Thanks very much.